Right, Thursday Night Smokes, it's back. I've had a bit of a break. Things are beginning to get back to normal. So I'm kicking off my first Thursday Night Smokes back with one of my favourite whiskies, which is Bruichladdich Classic Laddie. Always a good sound. And probably in my new favourite glass, which is the Diamus whiskey tumbler. I like it, I think, because of the weight more than anything else. So just a little bit. This is also going to be a slightly special one for me because I'm having a cigar that a follower sent me from Austria. This is an Austrian release of the Sam Cristobal regional release. This is the Austria Pacific. Bit of a history with this brand of cigars, if I'm honest. So it scares me a little. The last time I had this brand was probably, what are we now, 24, so probably would have been about 2018, maybe? Yeah, around that. It was one of my Thursday nights in London at AJ's cigar lounge I used to go to, and he had the jar. Put a picture up, this is the jar. It is interesting because all of us that night had that cigar to start with, and it was horrific. Even, I mean, it's just a bad batch. It happens from time to time, but I mean, proper horrific. To the point, it's like when I was, what was it, about 17, 18, when I was experimenting with Jack Daniels, shall we say. I've never been able to drink Jack Daniels since. So it put me off that bad. I've not had this brand since then. So when Jasper, thank you very much, by the way, Jasper, sent me this through to try, it was like, I looked at it and went, oh, lovely. Oh, so I'm intimidated, but looking forward to it. And I think it's a nice one to start with, to be honest. Now, that makes me slightly more relieved. The dry draw on that is perfect. It's lovely, slight cedar note. So hopefully this should pair very well with this. There's just something about that whiskey that I really like. Oh, actually, that's special. Ooh, Jasper, thank you very much for that. That is special straight off the note. So this cigar was released in 23. On average, I know the Malaysia release, which was I want to say 2020, but it might have been 21. I know that currently retails at about 110 a stick. So to be honest, I'd hate to see what this one is retailing at the moment. And to be honest, I've not actually been able to find it in the UK. So it's a real treat to have something special. Okay, not even a third into this yet. Have to admit, I think I've done myself a disservice by avoiding this brand. That's got a lovely sweet note to it, and I love anything sweet, let's be honest. So yeah, if you like a sweet cigar, Sam Cristobal, whatever, that is definitely worth going for. Something to know about regional releases. Normally, they're in boxes of about 10, and there's about 5 to 7,500 boxes made. That's what classifies it as a regional release. Has to be a limited run. So they are very few in number, really, when you consider obviously regular production cigars. So yeah, it does make it quite special. Just needs a little touch up. Something to remember, when you are smoking cigars, I find it more, especially with V-cuts like I do, you need to rotate it as you smoke, otherwise it will burn unevenly. Because when you inhale, well, when you take a breath in, you're not supposed to inhale, but when you take a breath in, your lungs don't work in unison. One side is always slightly stronger than the other. So you'll get an uneven burn if you don't rotate the cigar. You see, that's what I mean when I say a slightly uneven burn. It's because I'm not rotating my cigar enough as I'm smoking it. So hence you end up touching it up just on the edge, just to help it along, and then try to make yourself rotate it a bit more. For me, that's actually really quite a nice change. I've gone for a lot of peppery cigars lately. Probably this year's been a lot of peppery cigars, Maduros, so real heavy dark notes of chocolate and stuff. There's a tiny hint of chocolate in that. Or I could just be thinking that, to be honest. It might be mixing with the whiskey making me think that. But yeah, that is a beautiful little cigar. I have to admit, I think, and I'm being biased because I like this glass, I think I actually prefer this glass over the traditional Glengoyne glasses that we use for whiskey tastings. I think the fact that it opens it up so much more, especially as I tend to drink a lot of cask strength whiskies. So if you do like strong whiskies, definitely a glass to go for. But now I'm getting into the second, third. There's some really good sort of deep, almost walnut sort of notes to it. So the chocolate sweetness is gone, and we're now into sort of a more of a walnut dry note, which goes very well with the whiskey. I have to admit, I really do like that. So yeah, that cigar, Jasper, is amazing. It's nice to see some good regional cigars coming out. I think Cuba's missed the boat a bit lately, and it's nice to see this beginning to get back on track. So yeah, that's going to be my Thursday night smokes for this week, and I shall catch you on the next video.